From weekend getaways to extended road trips, California is full of places to explore. And for over 100 years, the Auto Club has been there to help. Our travel agents offer you expertise regarding destination information, trip planning and reservations, either in office, on the phone, or online. Across the state, throughout the country, or around the world. Through all life's travels, we're always with you.
Road Trip has been made possible by the Automobile Club of Southern California.
Well, there we were, barreling down the back roads of eastern Fresno County in the San Joaquin Valley. Back roads that took us through some of the richest and most productive farmland in the entire United States. It was a beautiful day. We were in high spirits. All was right with the world. And even though we were excited about this adventure, little did we know at the time that this would end up being one of the most interesting and educational road trips we'd ever had. Well, this is exciting. We're starting another road trip. Now, Gigi, I've already said that we're in eastern Fresno County. We're in the San Joaquin Valley. Obviously, this is an agricultural area because every little road we've been driving down is on both sides, all kinds of fruit trees, but there is more to this particular area than just that description. It has another distinction, doesn't it?
It does. This is the #1 stone fruit producing area of the world.
Okay, the #1 stone fruit producing area of the world, and the obvious question is, for those of us from the city, what is stone fruit?
Well, stone fruit is just as it sounds, anything with a pit inside. So peaches, nectarines, apricots, those kinds of fruit. Plums.
Pitty fruit.
You could call it that.
Okay, now we're in the #1 stone fruit growing area in California.
Yes.
We got a little map here that tells us something else about where we are.
We're along the Fresno County Fruit Trail.
All right, now what is the fruit trail?
The fruit trail is a collection of family farms and fruit stands, and it's where you can taste and tour, sort of like a wine trail, but instead of wineries, there's lots of places to eat all of that good stone fruit and related produce as well.
Don't they have a blossom trail here in this part of California as well?
Exactly. In the springtime, all of the fruit trees blossom, and so that's why it's been internationally known as the Blossom Trail for a number of years. But now folks are coming out to actually tour and taste the fruit, which is great.
So the idea is, and you sent me this map takes us through 8 or 10 little communities around here and countless, what are these, all family-owned farms?
They are, all family-owned and operated.
And you follow the map and you can stop at the fruit stands and get fresh fruit grown right here on the farm. And then on a lot of these stops, you can actually tour a little bit of the farm itself.
You can, and you can also see sometimes the fruit being packed, which is just a spectacular view.
So the idea is it really brings it all home. We get to see where our fruit is grown, and we get to buy it and eat it just about as fresh as it can be.
Absolutely, and there's nothing better than a fresh peach right off the tree.
All right, now what kind of trees are these over here?
Those look like peach trees.
Are these peach trees? These are peach trees. We got, I'm not sure what all else is around here. We're right in the middle of an orchard. What all have we got around here? I guess this is a good way for us to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Paula Friesen.
Okay, we're at your fruit stand. Well, we're at your family farm.
Yeah, this is where we grow our fruit, where we live, where our business is.
And what do you think about this idea of the fruit trail? How's that working out?
It's a great thing. People can come out, drive the trail, get fresh fruit, sample it, taste what they're getting, and learn more about fruit besides what they buy at the grocery store.
And when they come here, first off, look at this, Cameron. Look down here. We can look right through here. We got a guard dog right here. What's this dog's name?
That's Daisy.
A Daisy. Pretty friendly looking.
She's very friendly. She won't hurt anybody.
All right, so she's just there for atmosphere.
That's right.
All right, now what have we got here that I can are these some of the peaches that were grown right over there?
Mm-hmm. These peaches right here came off those trees right there.
Right here, look at the juxtaposition. We got the orchard right here by the stand.
Yep, they're called Ivory Princess, and it's a white flesh peach.
All right, now which one, but there's a lot to choose from. Vista Peach,
Early
Rich Peach, Country Sweet Peach, and the Ivory Princess. Which ones of these, which should I taste first?
We can start with Ivory Princess. If you want a sample, I'll give you one.
So you give away samples. Is this one of your favorites?
It is. It's white, it's real mild, not a lot of acid.
Do most people know the difference between all these varieties of peaches? Do they come here knowing what they want, or do you have to kind of guide them through it?
The people who come all summer long, they know exactly what they want. People for the first time, most of them don't have any idea there are different varieties, different flavors.
Ooh,
so we can educate them. Isn't that good?
That's a good peach.
Yeah.
Let me compare it to something else, but give me your next best shot.
Okay. And that's an Early Rich.
I like this. It's not quite as sweet, is it?
More tart.
It is.
Mm-hmm. A lot more
Let me
tart.
taste one more little bite of this. Gigi, come here a minute. This is part of it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The tasting experience.
Yes, it's actually very similar to being on a wine trail. People are used to that, but it's so much more fun and unusual to taste the fresh fruit.
Does it really make a difference? And I don't want to get the supermarket people mad at us, but does it really make a difference that it's this fresh and that it's this close to where it's grown?
Makes a big difference because it hasn't been in cold storage. So it's straight off the farm, straight out here.
Yeah.
So all been picked within the last 2 or 3 days.
Boy.
So it's totally fresh.
These are great. Let's get a tight shot of this. Ivory Princess white peaches, and boy, they are good and fresh. We got happy customers. Where are you from?
We're from Kingsburg.
Oh, well, you're just down the road. So you're used to eating fresh fruit off these farms.
Yes.
Oh, we wouldn't shop anywhere else.
About once a week we see this gal.
Oh, really?
All the
So
time.
you have a lot of regular customers.
Lots of regulars that get just enough for a week and then come back next week.
Well, what are you going to get today? Come on, belly up to the...
I'm gonna let her get whatever she wants there, but
What do you get? Do you know what you're after?
we usually get
I get some of everything. It's
we
all
get a
good.
variety of all kinds of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Do people who live in this part of California get spoiled by all this fresh fruit?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can smell the difference. Smell it. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is not refrigerated. You go into the stores, it's all been cold storage and everything else.
She smells. You're a smeller.
I was a checker in a grocery store for years. I know produce.
Gigi and I are leaving the fruit stand. I'm carrying this Ivory Princess peach with me. But look what's going on over here. We got lots of activity going on over here, and your name, sir, is?
I'm Bruce Friesen.
Okay, you're the husband of the lady we just met selling the fruit.
I'm Paula's husband, yes.
And I have an idea that you all live right over here in this house.
That's home. Yes,
So
you're right.
It's all in one operation here, where you live, where you work, where you sell your fruit.
It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, yes.
Okay, now you're officially on the fruit trail, right?
The Fresno County Fruit Trail,
Okay,
correct.
now part of being on the fruit trail means that in addition to buying the fruit at the stand, we can see what's going on back behind here, right?
Many times people come and they've never seen a fruit packing shed. They have no idea where the fruit comes from. So they'll buy fruit and then they'll start to ask questions, and many times we'll just walk them into the packing shed and let them see how the fruit gets from the packing shed to really the stores where they're at.
I've got lots of questions. Come on, Gigi. We're going into, this is your packing shed right here.
Yes.
All right, here we go. The tour is starting of the packing shed.
Huell, after the fruit comes in with the tractors and the bin trailers, they're unloaded and then they're put on a conveyor here. And as you see, the fruit is in totes. These are little cardboard totes. Then Hugo, he pulls totes out of the bins, puts them onto this conveyor behind us. From there, they go onto a little dumping system.
Into the whole area back in here.
Into the packing
Before
shed,
we
yes.
go back in there, are these right off your trees, right out the ones we just saw?
They were picked just a couple of minutes ago, yes.
So they're about as fresh as you can get.
Yes, yes, they've just been picked. And everything that we pick today gets packed right away today also.
Wow, you've got a whole assembly line thing. Let's go inside and look at this thing. The fresh peaches are being dumped out onto, this is like a conveyor belt.
This is a sponge conveyor belt. And from here they go into a washing area, and there are some brushes.
So these haven't even been washed yet. These
No.
are right off the tree.
Correct. Here they're washed. And they go through here, and then they go through some sponges that dry them a little bit.
Oh, look.
And right here they come out shiny.
Oh, wow. Can we get up closer?
Yeah, and up here, this is going to be a grading area. The lady up here will be grading. She'll be sorting out some of the leaves in case there's one or two that don't meet the quality that we want. Those we'll separate out here. This is where it goes to the fruit stand, from right here.
From right here. So
Right
these go directly to the fruit stand.
Yes.
The rest of these are being sold commercially.
Yes, correct.
Can we go down? Well, there's Gigi down there. Hi, Gigi. Give us a wave. Boy, we got a whole assembly line going down here. Look at all these peaches coming out.
And from here, the fruit goes onto the grading. From the grading table, it goes onto a sizer. And from here, it's sized. It has various different sizes and different grades.
Boy, look
And
at
that
them.
is, yes, and that's what you'll see coming
Oh,
out
these
here.
have already been worked on down here.
Yes.
I want to get out and see some of these ladies down here.
Yeah.
We're going to go down there. Now we're down on the line, and you see everything is mechanized, is computerized.
Computerized. This is my son, Kyle.
Oh, hi, Kyle. How you doing?
Hi.
You're working the computer.
Yep.
Everybody else is out working in the field. You're working the computer.
In the computer.
All right, good. See, that's what the young people do, is spend
Yep.
all the time on the computer.
That's right. We don't know how to do it. He does.
All right, so we're going down. What do you call this part of the line
This
here?
is going to be the packing table, and the fruit has already been sized. You'll see some smaller ones, some bigger ones. It also has some stickers on them. And that depends on where it goes as far as what kind of sticker they want on the fruits.
Boy, these ladies are working fast here.
They are. They have been doing this many years, and they know what they're doing. They're looking for the suture pack. They're trying to make the fruit look nice in the box. They're looking for any type of a split pit or a caul that may not be good enough to put in the box.
Well, they got good eyes.
They're very good at what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, because I made the mistake earlier of saying we were looking at peaches. These aren't peaches.
These are nectarines, and I said that's okay. The only difference is one has fuzz, one doesn't.
So a nectarine is part of the peach family.
Kind of, but kind of not. It gets a little complicated there, but a lot of times the biggest difference is one has fuzz, one doesn't.
What all do you grow on your farm?
We grow peaches, plums, nectarines, and apricots.
So this is the nectarine season. If we came here another time of year, would we see something else?
Actually, about a half hour before this, we were packing peaches. There are some peaches back here right behind us, and we just finished picking and packing those, and now we're doing nectarines.
But this fruit trail goes for like 4 or 5 months, doesn't it?
Yes.
What's
yes.
your harvesting season?
Our season starts about the middle of May and goes till about the middle of September.
Okay, so you got 4 good months there.
And there are peaches and nectarines and plums and apricots spread out throughout that season, yes.
Wow, this is really something. Look at this, in both directions. Boy, this is really something to see. Lots of activity. Look, we got a conveyor belt going right over here, taking stuff. These are just empty boxes waiting to be filled.
These are empty boxes that the ladies will reach around and grab, and they know which box we have.
Look at all these boxes. How much volume do you do? I thought this was just a little family farm. This is a big family farm.
This is a very small family farm compared to many of the bigger sheds. We have a 2-lane sizer Some of the bigger sheds will have 2 8-lane sizers. That will put you in comparison of where we're at. So we are a small family shed here, yes.
Is the small family farm still able to make a go of it in this part of California?
We're still doing okay with it. Sometimes it's a struggle, but we're still here, and we love what we're doing.
And you see, part of helping to secure your future is for more and more Californians to come and see this for themselves so that they buy local California product.
Yes, and that's why we have the fruit stand too. It's surprising. It just kind of, it all helps out. And people love fresh fruit. There's nothing, like you, there's nothing better than fresh.
I'm about ready for my next one.
There are many more for you, yes.
Boy, this is called the Ivory
Princess. White peach.
Boy, they're good. I about worked this one over. I'm going to go back out. Let's go back out and meet your wife again. This has been a lot of fun inside. We're going to go back outside to the fruit stand. Okay, we're back out at the fruit stand. We got both the guard dogs here. Boy, both of them are, one of them's out, and there goes the other one. Look, they're both out. Boy, we have had fun, and this is interesting because you're out here dealing with the public all day long, aren't you?
Every day.
So you're kind of a people person, or you know, you're dealing with all kinds of questions.
Lots of questions.
What kind of questions?
What fruit tastes the best? What's the difference? Different varieties. Questions about the farm.
What's the difference between peaches and nectarines?
That does come up.
Your husband said a peach is just a fuzzy nectarine.
There you go.
So you've answered. People have made the same mistake I made today.
That's right.
Now this is a peach, right? I'm eating a peach. All right, now let's get down to this whole idea of the fruit trail. Has this been a good thing for you all to get involved in?
It's been very good. It's been, not only has it been good for us, but it's been a lot of fun because you get to educate so many people with all those questions that they have. And there are people who come from all over the place. There are people going up on vacations up into the mountains. They'll stop by here because we're on the fruit trail. And they've never seen anything like this. They live in the big city. They've never even been on a farm before.
And they make the connection between food and real people.
Yes.
Real places. You know, something that's tangible that they can see. They know they're buying it from your family.
That's right. They see the tractors bring it in, so they know it's fresh, comes straight out here, so they know they're getting a fresh product.
Boy, you got a lot of, you know, we've just been here a few minutes. We've already met a lot of hardcore regular customers. This lady's good at what she does.
She's very good at what she does.
Well,
That's
you know
why
what?
she's
You're
here.
good at what you do too, because she's selling the fruits of your labor.
That's right. That's right.
Well, it all works.
It all works very well, yes.
Thank you all very much. Boy, this has been, you know, this is just the first stop. We've got another couple of stops on the fruit trail. Good. I haven't eaten in 2 or 3 days, so I'm saving up. I'm going to have something different at each fruit stand. I don't think it's going to get any better than this, though. And this has been hopefully a learning experience for all of us to see where our food, where our fruit comes from here in California.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Oh, we have. I'm going to get out of the way and get a picture of these two people because they're the heroes of California. They're the ones who grow our food and put it on our plates, on our tables every night. Give us a thumbs up right here on the fruit trail. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have left fruit stand number 1, and we are following close behind Gigi, who is taking us to stop number 2 on the Fresno Fruit Trail. This fruit trail weaves around for miles and miles and miles through the countryside like this, right through the middle of lots of family farms and orchards. You have to follow the map. It's easy to get lost back here. These are all county roads, local roads, but we're on our way right behind Gigi to stop number 2 on the fruit trail. Okay, we're now heading into the little town of Centerville. And according to Gigi, this is going to be our next stop. Let's see, yep. She's got her blinker on. Here's the fruit stand right here. We have arrived at stop number 2. Okay, we're in downtown Centerville at the Centerville Fruit Station, the true center of California. And first off, Gigi, we were following you.
That's right.
This is a big fruit trail. It's a lot longer than I thought it was.
It is. The entire trail is about 80 miles long, but of course there's all kinds of stops along the way.
All right, we're at stop number 2. Your name, sir, is?
Mike Stromby.
Okay, you got some big shoes to fill because stop number 1, we had some of the juiciest peaches and nectarines I've ever eaten in my life.
Well, here in Centerville, we've got juicy peaches and nectarines and big diversity. We have all types of plum cots and pluots and all types of things here.
What?
Plum cots.
And what?
Pluots.
Okay, this is going to be a learning experience.
Okay.
Let's go. Now, is this your fruit stand?
Yes, it is. I've got a partner here, Larry Peters, and he and I opened this up about 4 months ago.
Okay, so this is kind of a new, you've been farming for a long time.
Farming my whole life. 3rd generation farmer here. I farm about 4 miles in Minkler, and we farm just about everything here we grow ourselves.
But this is new to start selling it to the public like this,
yes,
to be
it
a
is.
part of the fruit trail.
Yes, it is. It's brand new.
How's it working out?
It's working out really, really good.
Okay, you got lots of customers. Give us a wave. Happy customers buying fresh fruit here. Get me excited. Now, I was excited at the other place.
All right. The diversity, like I'm talking about, is we try to have all different types of fruits so people can try and sample everything we have. And perfect example of this one right here. This is a plum cot, or actually, this is a pluot.
A pluot? What is a pluot?
Well, it's a honey red dinosaur egg. That's its nickname, and it's a cross between a plum and an apricot.
Can I take a
you
bite?
Bet. Look inside of there.
Oh, look. It is bright red.
Yeah.
And it is very, very juicy.
Yes, yes. And we'll have pluots throughout the whole season. There's varieties that come from the beginning of May clear to the end of September.
All right, get me excited about something else. Oh,
All
look,
right.
now here's a pluot that's a little darker red.
Yeah.
Look at this.
This one it's another pluot. It's got a real nice dark red meat inside of it. It's real juicy.
Compare these two. Look at this. This is kind of a washed out pluot.
Mm-hmm.
This is
more, let me cut this one for you. You can see it's a real nice dark red inside, and people really like that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. This right here is my favorite, though, Huell. This right here is a Yummy Rosa. I was the first one in the state of California to plant this. This is a plum, but it gets real high sugar. Do you remember the old Santa Rosa plum? Did you ever have a Santa Rosa, Huell?
Sure.
Okay, here, give this a try. Just
Wait a minute.
let her go.
I've got too much going on
This
here.
one here is going to make your eyes pop out of your head.
Oh, boy, it's yummy.
Yeah. Yummy Rosa.
And you grow that here,
yeah,
too?
we do. We're
Do
picking
you grow
these right
all
now.
of this?
Just
or?
about everything here I grow, yes. We offer a few things that we don't grow here, but most everything here we grow ourselves.
But even what you don't grow, it's grown locally. By local farmers.
Yes, that's correct. That's right.
Mmm. Boy, you know, this is good, but those pluots are good, too.
Yeah, they are good.
What
yeah.
else you got over here?
What we have over here...
Okay, now these are peaches.
These are yellow peaches. This is a variety called an early rich peach. It's just a regular yellow. Look at the juice.
Look at the amount of water and juice that's coming out of this.
Yeah, that's yellow conventional peach called early rich. It's a yellow semi freestone peach. You can't really cut them open because it's a semi, but you can see inside. It's a real nice.
Show that to the camera.
Nice, real nice peach, nice and juicy.
Here, I've got so much juice on me already.
Uh-huh.
Mmm. Now what are these? Oh, these are apricots.
Yeah, these are Patterson apricots, and the Patterson apricot is the premier apricot of the season. It's got the flavor that when you eat apricot jam or apricot preserves, that's the apricot you're looking for. So this is an
Get
old
a shot of these
conventional
apricots. Boy, these are great. We got some customers. What are y'all buying?
Whatever we can find that looks good.
Boy, they got lots of juicy stuff here.
Yes, they do.
You have to be careful when you bite into it, it'll get all over you.
Okay, I'll watch that.
Do you come every year? Is this
I come, my mother lives here in Reedley, and I come up a lot.
from where?
Southern California,
So,
Montana.
you know what? This is
I know,
the
I love
real
it.
thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Pretty good.
This shows you what fresh California fruit is supposed to taste like.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know.
You know, that's the truth,
That
too.
it is true.
When you bite into something like this, what are you laughing at?
Can't help it.
You get a taste unlike any you've ever had before.
When I was a kid.
You grew up with this.
Well, yeah, I grew up and I remember what things used to taste like. And so when I come up here, I'm reminded.
Yeah. Unsolicited testimonial here.
Oh, that's
Have a
true.
good shopping day, ladies.
Thank you.
We better get your partner out here. Where is he? Come on around here. Boy, these are good. Where do I put the pit?
Just set it right there.
But see, this is what stone fruit's all about. The pit. Let me put it down. I'm covered in juice. I can't shake your hand.
No, I don't mind.
Well, you like
I don't
juice.
mind. I'm used to it. I'm used to juice.
Juice
from this
is money
plant.
for you, isn't it?
darn right. It's
All right.
beautiful juice coming
Your
out
partner's
of this
been talking a little bit about this. This is something new for you all to open up a fruit stand.
Yes, together it is. Mike and I have both been in the agricultural business all our lives, and I had a fruit stand when I was a younger boy, and Mike's had a fruit stand, and he has, and we, for what, 5-6 years at least,
Yeah.
we've been talking about trying to find somewhere that we thought would be a good location.
What was this? It looks like it was an old service station.
Exactly. In 1916, there was a gas station built here. In its first life, it was a Shell gas station till around 1947, from what we were told, and then they closed down, and it's had many different lives over the years, but nothing's really ever been able to make a full good run of it. And we had the brainstorm of the thought that this would be a great location to turn it into a fruit station, incorporating the old gas station name.
That's why you call it a fruit station instead of a fruit stand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, well, from the looks, look at all this. You got people, and this is a Monday, which is kind of a slow day.
Typically Mondays are, but now that school's out and we're in the full swing of summer with all the travelers headed up to Sequoia, the beautiful sequoias, we're taking advantage of all the traffic with our displays here. People just naturally stop.
So you get people on the way on their vacations just buying something to eat in the car,
Yes, sir.
and you get them leaving their vacations to buy stuff to take home.
Yes, exactly.
So
Many.
you get them going and coming.
And that's the best part. A lot of times early at 8 a.m., 8:30, we'll get folks going up to the trees. And after they've spent the day, since we're open till 7 p.m., on their way home, they'll stop and say, oh, we bought some apricots or plums. They were so good, we need to buy some more for the rest of our trip. And they'll actually buy more. So you're right, we get them coming and going.
Thanks for giving me the napkin. Actually, I needed a bib, is what I needed.
Yeah.
You need a bib to eat this stuff.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah. Now, she's getting tomatoes. You grow tomatoes up here, too?
Yes, sir. These are vine-ripe tomatoes. They're some of the first of the season. We planted them early, and we took a chance with the frost, but we didn't have any frost problems, and these are the fruits of our labor right here. Beautiful vine-ripe tomatoes in June.
Look at these tomatoes over here. Boy, it's hard just to get a couple, isn't it?
I know, and they're very good, too.
You've tasted them already?
Yes, I have. They're
Well,
much
don't be
better.
apologetic. They're good.
No, I love tomatoes, and they're nice, and they're right.
Yeah.
The way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and what are you squeezing over here?
Some of our squash, our zucchini here, and some of our different varieties. These are our loquats, which are really good. They're grown on a tree, and they have seeds inside. And
Oh, it's another one of these juicy
you just take a
things.
bite out of it, and it's more of an exotic type flavor. It's
A loquat?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You ever had a loquat?
I'm not sure I have.
Come on over and try one. Come on.
Are they your loquats?
They're his
We grow-
loquats.
Oh, yes, ma'am, we grow these.
Taste one of these. We're eating them, so it's okay.
They're good. They have a seed in there.
That's good.
They're good.
They're really good. Yeah.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real pretty tree, beautiful green leaves, it flowers, and then these are what come from the flowers.
This is my first loquat, and I have a feeling it's your first loquat as well. She's spitting out the seed.
Yeah, they're not bad, I'll tell you.
How big they are.
Yeah, it's a big seed.
They come in different sizes. I'm not sure of the variety name, but I've seen loquats where the seed is as big as this whole loquat.
Really?
Yeah, they get.
Will they grow in Florida?
Are you from Florida? Welcome to California.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is all California grown right here.
Yeah.
I bet you have people coming here from all over, don't you?
We really do. We get some bus tours, Germany, France, Japan, and then we just get a lot of tourists that are renting cars and going on their own. It's fun. We get a lot of folks stop and take photos and want to know if we have hats. We have hats in there.
Well, this is kind of a throwback to the old days of stands by the side of the road.
That's exactly what Mike and I had envisioned here. Instead of so much a commercial type fruit market, we wanted to do more of a throwback to how it used to be.
Yeah.
And for the local people too. I mean, we're growing corn. We're going to have sweet corn here and watermelons that we grow ourselves the entire summer. And you can't get fruit like this in the grocery store. You can't. I mean, this is tree ripe, ready to you ate it and it's juice all over. So that's what we're going to keep doing.
Now we've come inside, we got blueberries here. What's the deal on the blueberries?
Let me tell you a little bit about blueberries in California. They never grew blueberries in California until about 5 or 6 years ago. And the reason why is the soil you have to grow blueberries in has to be very acid. All the soils here in California and the Central Valley are neutral or a little on the alkali side. But growers like myself have figured out how to acidify the soil to get it down into the 5 and 6 pH, and now we can grow wonderful blueberries, same varieties that grow in the Northwest.
Yeah. These are some of the sweetest blueberries I think I've ever eaten in my life.
This is a star variety, and
can I have one?
Oh, you betcha.
Help yourself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of blueberries until I started eating these fresh ones.
It just keeps getting better. And we're standing in front of nuts. Now, I know that this part of California is big for pistachios and almonds, both.
Yeah, that's right. We grow walnuts, pistachios, almonds, all through here. Yeah, absolutely.
Honey, is this local?
Yes, we have a local beekeeper that makes our honey for us, and honey, local honey for people with allergies, it's a very good thing to take. There's pollens in there that'll keep you from having allergies, so local honey is a big seller.
Olive oil?
Local, absolutely, yes.
See, this is what is so great about California. We have everything here.
Yeah, we truly are the fruit basket to the world, California, the Central Valley. It truly, truly is.
See, if nothing else, this really turns people on to the fact that California, the #1 industry, is still agriculture.
That's for sure. That's right. People seem to forget that. And it's hard to get this diversity in a grocery store. And all this stuff's grown right here, but you can't buy it locally. So that's why we opened up.
Well, that's a big movement now, too, isn't it? Come on over here, fellas. Let's stand by the blueberries. That people are buying locally now. They're buying things that are grown locally.
They really are. With the more media coverage with fresh fruit and the health values of eating fresh, we're seeing more and more people coming in, local people as well as the tourists, that are much more knowledgeable about the health benefits of eating, for instance, blueberries, the antioxidant values.
Well, not only that, but they know that when they buy something, they see who's making the money off of it. It's not going to some big corporate entity.
No.
And that's
it's
big.
going to you all.
Yes. Absolutely. That's for sure. And that's the key. I mean, farming's been tough for all of us the last few years. This stone fruit deal it's great fruit, but it's been overproduced, and now we're able to kind of control our destiny somewhat, selling it directly to the public.
Wow.
And it really feels good when you see people come in and pick up something that you've grown, and you see the look on their face when they bite into it, kind of like how you were.
Yeah.
That amazement of how juicy and sweet and good local fruit can be when it is tree ripe. And that is the unfortunate thing. We grow all this beautiful stuff here, we ship it all over the country, but we don't get a lot of it here. And so a stand like this has a great potential.
We don't appreciate what we've got right here in California.
Right. That is absolutely the case. That is so true.
take it for granted.
Well, I tell you what, when you stop here at the Centerville Fruit Station, if you leave here taking it for granted, it means you don't have any taste buds.
Well, we appreciate it.
This is the real deal here.
Yes, it is.
Boy, thank you all very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On what you're doing to help increase awareness, not only for people all over the world, that's fine, but people right here in California.
That's the key.
To help us all realize what we have right here at home.
You hit it on the nail, Hugh. That's right.
All right, we asked the people at fruit stand number 1 to give us a thumbs up. Now we'll ask for you all at fruit station number 2, thumbs up. It's all about California agriculture and the Fresno Fruit Trail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, our pleasure.
Good job.
Okay, we have left the Centerville Fruit Station. We are once again following Gigi. We're now on Highway 180, and it seems like we're heading east toward the Sierra Mountains. We're following her to stop number 3 on the fruit trail. And here we are right here. I'm not sure where she's brought us on this one, but if it's anything like the other 2 stops, we're in for a treat. Let's see where we've ended up. Look at how this is painted up, and it says open on the front. So let's go in. We have been met at this mystery destination because you didn't tell us where we were coming. Where your name is?
My name is Chieko Delgado.
Okay, and where are we?
This is called the Art Stand Gallery.
The Art Stand Gallery.
Yeah.
Is it part of the fruit trail?
Yes, we are a member of the fruit trail.
Is this your operation here?
I'm one of the member.
You're on the committee.
Yes, we have 16 artists here, local artists.
Oh, so this is an artist gallery.
That's right, and it's art from agriculture primarily.
Oh, wow. Is your family connected with agriculture?
No, I'm actually from Japan. About 10 years ago, we moved to Sanger. Then I joined this member group and I did the watercolor and oil painting.
So your connection with agriculture is through your art.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is everything ready for us to go inside?
Yes, please.
Well, let's go. Come on, you come with us for a minute. We're heading inside the art gallery. This is a surprise, ladies. Okay, we've come inside, and Chieko, I wanted to see some of your art.
Yes, that's one of my pomegranates. That's the watercolor.
That's your pomegranate watercolor.
Watercolor, yes.
Now, did you just sit in a pomegranate grove and look at pomegranates and decide how to paint that?
Actually, one of the farmer invited me to their place, so I took photographs from their orchard and trees, and I took picture, then I painted.
See, pomegranates are beautiful, aren't they?
They're so beautiful.
For an artist, the California fruit is a beautiful subject for your art.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you
and
very
thank
much.
you for stopping. We caught you as you were running out the door. Your kids are here. You didn't know you were going to be on TV today.
I didn't know.
Well, thank you for
Thank you
sharing
very
your
much.
pomegranates, and congratulations for the good work you do.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now we're going to get down to the lady who was expecting us.
Yeah.
Howdy.
I'm Susie.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Are you an artiste as well?
I am. One of 14 that are in here.
Okay, now that gets down to, well, let's walk around here
Okay.
and see what all we've got. You've got a little bit of everything.
We do. It was an old fruit stand, as you can see.
Oh, look at this.
So Caltrans owns the building, and we contracted with Caltrans to rent it until the freeway comes through. And we saved everything and just put our art right where the old fruit bins were.
Now, what was the idea of connecting agriculture and art?
Well, we started in 2000 and it was during the Blossom Trail, and we were only open for 2 months. Then the following year, the Georgettis that owned the fruit stand, decided that they didn't want to run it any longer, so we asked if we could stay longer. So we ran it through the Blossom Trail.
And longer.
And then we stayed through Christmas.
And then the fruit trail came along.
Then the fruit trail came along, and now we're part of the fruit trail.
Wow, and how does this play into the fruit trail? Do people find this as a pleasant surprise along the fruit trail?
They do. We get a lot of foreigners that are headed up to the big trees, and so they stop by, another roadside attraction, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they love it. And once in a while we sell something out of here.
Well, you're brightly colored outside.
Yeah, we are. It looks like somebody's home at least, with the new doors and all.
And are these all local artists?
All of our artists are local from Sanger to Fresno. I'm from Fresno, and there's 2 or 3 that live right in the area, and the rest of them are just from the outlying area.
Well, but you see, this plays into exactly, oh look, nuts, grapes, nectarine, corn, peaches. You got the whole theme going here.
We do.
And this plays in directly with the theme of the fruit trail, which is to acquaint people both from California and not from California to the agriculture of this area.
Right.
You're doing the same thing with your art and introducing people to local California artists.
That's right, and we're very proud of that. It's a wonderful place to stop in.
Yeah.
And we have little cards to buy, and we have other things other than big paintings. So they can buy things for gifts for friends and a memory of their trip through.
And all of this goes to help support
the agriculture in the valley.
Agriculture and art in this part of California.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Well, you know what? We didn't find anything in here to eat.
I'm sorry.
But our souls have been...
peach in my lunch.
Our souls have been replenished.
Good.
Our artistic part of our brain has been stimulated.
Good. We're glad. We're so glad you stopped in.
At the art gallery, everything fits together here on the Fresno Fruit Trail. Now, we've asked everybody else where we've stopped to give a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. That's the way things are here at the art gallery on the Fresno Fruit Trail. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Now, I've got the fruit trail map.
Right.
What if you didn't have the fruit trail map? Can you see it on the internet? Is it on the web?
You can. It's at www.gofruittrail.com, so real easy to remember.
And it's open for how many months out of the year?
May through September.
Okay, that's when the fruit stands and the orchards are open for people to come and tour.
That's right, and that's when the fruit is ripe.
Okay, the fruit is definitely ripe. I'm sure I've got some on my shirt somewhere to prove it. We're going to leave you now. We're going to leave the formal part of the fruit trail because this is a road trip to this part of California. But you've got things on your map that aren't directly connected with agriculture as well, don't you?
Exactly. We encourage all of our fruit trail visitors to explore the museums and some of the other local attractions that are here in this area.
All the little towns here. There are all these great little towns, some of them bigger than others, but all of them kind of interesting and have a lot of history.
They do, and they all have a hometown feel, and they're all known for something different, and all of that information is on the map, but they all have the different culture and different kinds of attractions.
Boy, there are a lot of big trucks going by here, and most of them are carrying agricultural products, aren't they?
That's right, and that road also goes up to the national parks, Kings Canyon and Sequoia.
Okay, so if we kept going, this is Highway 180.
Yes.
We'd hit Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Park.
That's
going
right.
that way. And look at this. You step over here and there's some of these orchards. Boy, I tell you what, you don't realize until you travel into this part of the San Joaquin Valley just how much agriculture there is here. But it is everywhere. And thanks to the fruit trail and to the people on the fruit trail, the people who grow the fruit, it's available for all of us to see firsthand and enjoy. I highly recommend a visit to the Fresno Fruit Trail. Okay, we are starting the second day of our road trip to Fresno County here in the San Joaquin Valley, and we're starting it early in the morning. My voice is still a little froggy, but we are starting this after a wonderful night's rest in this historic B&B in the nice little community of Sanger, California. And here to tell us about the history of this house, because it's got some great history, are its owners, Fred and Judy McNary. My mind doesn't work very well this early in the morning. Tell us a little bit about the history of this beautiful old structure.
Well, the original structure was built in 1898, and it was built about 1.5 miles from here, and they were building a subdivision at the town of Sanger grew in 2004, and we saw that this house was in disrepair, and we picked it up and moved it here and remodeled it. Took us 3 years and turned it into a B&B.
Was it a bigger deal of remodeling than you thought it was going to be? It always is.
Every time you remodel, it costs 2 to 3 times as much and takes 3 times as long. But we really planned on it taking about 3 years, so we'd have time to be thoughtful about the remodel and trying to keep it as close to its origins as we possibly could.
All right, now the reason we're really interested in this house, and this what is now a B&B, is what it's made of.
That's right. When we moved it here, it was set on blocks for about 6 to 8 weeks while we built the foundation, so it was 6 feet off. You could walk underneath it and see the deep red beams that were there, and it's because it was built in 1898. That was at the height of the logging of the old growth redwoods, the giant sequoias that came down from Sequoia National Park down the 50 some odd mile flume to Sanger, which was the terminus. Sanger started as a lumber town.
So, in addition to being an agricultural community, Sanger has a rich lumber history as well.
That's right. Sanger started as a lumber town, and as the San Joaquin got more irrigation, it became more of an agricultural town where there were a lot of packing houses, but originally it was a lumber mill town.
Okay, we have explored on day one of this road trip, we explored part of the agricultural history of this part of California. Today, we're using your B&B as the starting point to explore the lumber history of this part of California. Thank you all very much for your hospitality. We had a wonderful night's sleep. We're raring to go on our second day of this road trip to Fresno County. Here we go. Okay, as the part of this road trip about the lumber history of this part of Fresno County continues, we have left that beautiful Miller House B&B where we spent the night, and now we've come to downtown Sanger and met up with, your name, sir, is?
Jim Walton. I'm the president of the Sanger Historical Society.
Yes, sir. And your name is?
My name is Bob Bosserman. I'm a member of the board.
Okay, 2 VIPs here to greet us.
Right.
We're standing in front of what used to be the old Southern Pacific train depot here in Sanger. Today it's the Sanger Depot Museum. You all said this is where you wanted to hook up because this is directly connected, this old train depot, with the lumber history of Fresno County.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, it could be said that this building brought the lumber industry to Sanger.
Why?
Because they needed a place to ship the lumber out on the railroad.
Okay.
And they brought the lumber down from the mountains to this building by a water flume, which at the time ran 54 miles and was the longest one in the world of its kind.
Okay, so the flume brought the wood down from the lumber down from the mountains, right?
Correct.
54 miles, and brought it here to this old train depot where it was put on board the trains and shipped out across America.
Right. That's the story.
Okay, we've come inside the Sanger Depot Museum. We're coming into the Flume Room. Bob, that's the name of this place, isn't it? The Flume Room?
That's it, because the industry, which existed many years ago, is completely gone. There are no relics around except a couple of lakes, Sequoia and Huell.
But you got a model of the flume right here.
We have a model of what existed in the area, bringing the timber down from the High Sierra down to Sanger, because Sanger had a depot and a railroad spur.
54 miles.
Right.
The whole point being that this lumber was being cut way up in the mountains, and there was no way to get it down here.
Getting it down by road was a very difficult thing because of the Sierra terrain. And bringing down with teams of horses and wagons would have been very tedious. And they wanted a quantity way of bringing lumber down, so they used a tried traditional old method called water flume.
How big a deal was it to make a flume this size? This was a huge engineering operation, wasn't it?
It was, definitely. The thing came at a time when the gold rush area was shutting down, and there were a lot of Chinese workers who helped build railroads here, plus working in the gold mines. So there was labor that they could come to in this position for the railroad company, plus a lot of people heard about the job openings. They came all over the United States, Europe, everywhere.
Well, this was a big deal. 54-mile flume.
Yes, it was.
It's the largest flume in the world.
And the thing that always amazed me is that they surveyed the area, they cut the timber to build the flume, and they did it in 1.5 years, 54 miles long.
That's a big deal.
You bet it is.
Where'd they get the water?
The water was created up in the Sierra by building 2 lakes.
So wait a minute, they had to build lakes to supply the water for the 54-mile flume.
They did. They did.
So this was very complicated to get this lumber down to where they could ship it out across the country.
That's right. Everything came from scratch, all of these different functions.
Now it really gets interesting. We have left the flume room. We've come outside the Depot Museum for another chapter in the flume history. And here's a fella, I've been talking with him on the phone and conversing with him, communicating with him by letter for years. Introduce yourself to everybody, Scott.
Hi, Huell. I'm Scott Haugland.
Okay. Now, you're not only a supporter of the museum, you have done something significant here as far as the flume is concerned. What have you done?
Well, a couple years ago, I developed a strong interest in Sanger's history in the flume, and I set off up in the forest to try to find remnants of the flume. Couldn't find any, so I decided to build our own flume.
You built part of the original,
I built a small,
what it would have looked like.
A small section of the flume here.
All right, now is this the size that the flume would have been?
The trough is basically the size. The height and the length are 50%, so it would have been 16 feet long per V-box, this is a V-box style flume. The average height was 16 feet high, but it did go up to 125 feet over the ravines.
Yeah, I've seen
canyons.
pictures of it. It went way up.
It sure did. And the amazing thing is that not many people fell off of it.
Well, when you say not many, that didn't help the one who fell off. All right, how did you know what it, well, I guess you just looked at old pictures, right?
Old pictures, and Bob provided me with some literature and some research that someone had done, and I based it off that. It's hard to get lumber that was that size, so I got lumber that was as close as possible.
So is this the way they would have floated the lumber down? Just put it in the flume and the water would have just carried it down?
Yeah, they would. This is called a clamp, and they would. It was all rough cut sawn lumber up at the mill and dried, and they would clamp it together, and they would hook chains, and actually there'd be several of these bundles of lumber chained together to make a train.
Just shooting down the flume.
It would go down the flume.
But you've done something even more interesting. Look at this. This is fascinating. Tell everybody what you've done. This is fun, too.
This is a miniature version of what they call the flume boat.
The flume boat.
And along the flume, there were 11 flume houses where workers were stationed, and it was their job to control sections of the flume to make sure the lumber didn't get jammed up. And to send those guys supplies and food, they would send them down on these flume boats.
So the guys would literally get on this and ride down the flume?
Yes, sir.
Wow, how would that, let's fix it up like this. They would have put supplies on here.
Yeah, they would go. Some of them would be up to 20 feet long, and they would nail down, lumber and have barrels of nails and supplies, food.
And then what would they do? Straddle it or sit on it, or?
When they first get it in the flume, they would nail it to the side, load it all up, get on, and then pull the nails off, and away they went.
Boy, that's the e-ticket ride, isn't it?
It is. In fact, there were areas of the flume that was so steep that they estimated that the speed of the boat would get to 60 miles an hour.
60 miles an hour.
Hands in tight, legs tucked on the top, and you didn't dare move.
Wow, so that's kind of, fun and scary at the same time.
I don't know if I would do it.
Has anybody ever tried to recreate? Well, you know what? That's what the rides are at the amusement parks today. When you see them coming down in the log, and they're doing that, and it's called the flume.
They rented these or sold tickets for rides on these where the flume was at a lesser tilt or way down where the water flowed slower.
So civilians rode on the flume?
On them. You could buy tickets on the weekend and ride on the flume.
You know what? That may have been the original e-ticket ride.
It might be.
Right there on the Sanger flume. Well, gentlemen, this has been a real, come on back in here. Right. This has been a real pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Scott, and congratulations on the good work, because this really gives people an opportunity. It's one thing to see the model, it's another to see it up close like this.
Right, it gives you a whole new perspective.
I just hope you don't encourage people to build one of these and find a way to get a little ride like that.
That would be something.
Well, the old flume, the 54-mile flume, is gone, the world's longest flume, but at one point it was here in this part of California, and it is back again in an abbreviated form here at the Sanger Depot Museum. Well, that's it. That's our road trip to this part of Fresno County, and boy, have we had fun. We've learned about the lumber history, the fruit history. We've met a lot of nice people, and we're ending up here. Everybody said we had to have lunch at one of the local institutions. This place is iconic. When you say Sanger, California, everybody's heard about the Chuck Wagon. They're known for their
chili.
Chili dogs, chili fries, chili burgers, chili burritos. If it's got chili in it or on it, it's at the Chuck Wagon, right?
That's right.
And you know, because you and your sister own this place.
Yes.
She's the queen of chili here in Sanger, and look at this chili dog I'm eating. Enough of this healthy fruit that we've seen growing in this part of the county. We're going to end up with a chili dog from Chuck's, from the Chuck Wagon. It's all about eating, it's all about history, it's all about nice people. We've had a great time on this road trip to Fresno County. Look at that. Well, hello everybody, I'm Huell Howser, and I sure hope you enjoyed this road trip to the eastern part of Fresno County, which is well worth a visit. Now, if you'd like to go on this particular road trip again or share it with family or friends, well, of course, it's available on DVD. All you have to do is call 1-800-266-5727, and we'll be glad to send it to you right away.
Road Trip with Huell Howser has been made possible by the Automobile Club of Southern California.
Wherever you're headed on your next road trip, the Auto Club knows the territory. For travel tips or comprehensive destination information, as well as booking your next family vacation, our website is a great first stop on any journey, no matter how far away your destination may be. Through all life's travels, we're always with you.